Well, hey, babe. Let me know that you guys can hear me very clearly without issue. Please let your girl know, okay? Because every time I'm using a different mic, I like to make sure that you guys can hear me because you just never know what is going on. All right. So happy Sunday to everybody. We are about to get into a few shows. All right. Y'all know how we do. Okay. Ain't nobody saying they can't hear me. So I want to believe that you guys can hear your girl. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely going to be talking about Marry Me Now. Ready to Love. Hallelujah, Father God. We come to you today thanking you for this show finally coming to an end. And we will get the reunion. Thank you, Father God. Do you hear what I say? We're going to do Put a Ring on It as well as Love and Marriage Huntsville. We definitely have to we'll talk about all of that. Okay. Let's see. Okay, you guys can hear me clearly. Okay, great, y'all. Great, 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 great. I have a little rant, just a little bit, not a whole lot. Girl, this laptop is irritating me. So I have a MacBook. So if anybody out there done bought a new MacBook recently, leave it down in the comments, honey. Let me know which one you've recently purchased, and how it's working for you. So I'm somewhere between getting the 2022 MacBook and somewhere between, oh girl, y'all too high for me, and let me scoot back and moonwalk to the back as quick as I can and get me maybe a 2017, 18, or 19. You know what I'm saying? Because of the price. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all let me know because Miss Girl be locking, she definitely be doing a pop lock and drop it for real. Okay, locking up and dropping internet service. So she has a whole lot going on. And since she's what 10 years old now, they don't really know how to act. So I'm thinking about replacing her. So y'all just let me know what y'all over there working on. What y'all new MacBooks or laptops over there looking like? What is it giving? Okay. What's up, Lavita? Good morning, honey. Good morning. Thank you so much for hitting the like button. Okay, as you walk into the church, girl. What's up, Jonathan? What's up in Aries and Journey? What's going on, Fedora? Okay, Kalissa. What's up, Elia King, honey? What's going on, Joshua? What is up? Hey, Sam. Hey, honey. Okay, let's see who else we got. What's up, Phil? What's going on, Lelam, honey? What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? Okay. Tiana, I hope I said that right. And K, Simone. Okay, I have the one that's what 2019, and I like it. It's the one right before these latest versions. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to look into that 2019 because honestly, I've been checking out some of the prices on the 2019. I'll be honest, I've been like, if I'm gonna pay that much, I might as well get the brand new one. You feel me? Because the prices has not decreased for your girl. So I'm like, ooh, I might as well get the brand new one if I'm gonna pay that. But let me know, girl. You probably went through a different site, you know? You probably didn't go straight to MacBook, or maybe you did. But let me know. Let the people know. Okay. Yes, what's up, Reba? What's going on, everybody over here on TikTok? We're gonna be talking about own, okay, shows like Marry Me Now, Put a Ring on It, Ready to Love, as well as Love and Marriage Huntsville. So if you like to be a part of the conversation, come on over to YouTube. The link is in the bio. Okay, y'all. We're gonna talk about Marry Me Now real quick because Marry Me Now didn't give a whole lot, but I just want to run through the show because we've been reviewing it. Okay. It's going to be real quick, and then we'll move on to Ready to Love. I feel like we're going to spend a lot of time on Love and Marriage Huntsville, as we always do, girl, Khadija, how we is, because I feel like I have quite a few things that I want to say about that. So let's go ahead and get some of this other stuff out the way. All right. So Mickey and DC are the two individuals that we meet this particular episode. Okay. They've been together for 6 years because she slid into his DMs. All right. She wants to propose to him because at this point she feels like she sees the growth in him and how much he loves her. So that's the reason why she wants to propose to him. Now, what we learned about Mr. DC is that he's an aspiring artist and his stage name is called Break 'em Off DC. Break 'em Off or Break It Off DC. It's whatever you want to do, sir. You know, I was teetering between, sir, let that go based on his name, right? But at the same time, I don't want to be a person to tell somebody that they shouldn't, like, if you 50 and you still want to rap, do what you want to do. Okay? Because who you got? Dr. Dre over there pushing whatever age he's at. You got, I'm sure Ice Cube could still come out. Jay-Z pushing, if not already 50. And just because they already have a history in the industry, ain't nobody gonna tell them they can't. Rick Ross came out at a later time, rapping child, and he's still relevant and people care to this day. Ain't no telling how old Yo Gotti is. I feel like he old as sand because I remember him when I was in college and stuff. He's still out here doing his thing. So I mean, I just feel like, bro, if you can make it pop and you can make it shake a bone, okay, and you can get the hell on, then do whatever it is it's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Miss Wanda on that. So I mean, if that's what you want to do, start do your thing. Okay. Now, anyway, so Mickey speaks on his mom. Okay, the biggest issue is going to be the mama because she has an issue letting go, and it sounded like that's actually her only child. So she's having an issue with somebody else stepping in her place and feeling like she's no longer needed. Right. So they're really concerned about that. Now, there was a point where DC actually considered them just eloping and going over to Vegas or whatnot, just get married. It is what it is. And the love coaches believing the reason for that could be because of how his mama responds to stuff, right? How she is, because they said the mama got real disrespectful with Mickey. How DC mama got real disrespectful with her in public. And I'm all for respecting your elders, but I'm not for disrespecting me. Okay. So you think she would have been out there showing a fool? It would have been two fools out there. Because I don't know who you think you're talking to, Miss Ma'am. Okay, so we definitely would have, girl, it would have been more than one person out there getting embarrassed because you ain't finna embarrass me because you ain't your feelings about your child trying to grow up. I'm sorry. What was that? Ah, okay. Well, anyway, so her mom, she tells her mama was really excited. She tells Lex, which happens to be DC's cousin, she's really excited. They spoke on DC mama and stuff and how they felt like it was going to be a struggle to let her know. But the cousin says, I think you should tell her the day of. And I was with the cousin, like, please tell her the day of because she gonna mess around and tell him like, problematic people need to know the day of, child. Okay, so Lex, the cousin, says that she think when it comes to the mama, she was gonna be shocked, but at the same time, she wasn't gonna get no pushback. She was gonna go along. Okay, they get to the bridal shop. She ends up meeting her best guy, the guy bestie or whatnot. He was completely shocked. He was taken back by the fact that the part that he really was taken back by was the fact that she was gonna have to walk out in her dress. That grinds my gears, and I say it every episode. Like, and then it's her when she went out there to talk to her man in her dress, and he agreed to marrying her. It's like, why did you let her dress drag on this dirty ground? Like, somebody pick it up. Anyway. So what else? Her granddad, really love her granddad. I was like, oh, because both of my granddads are gone, and I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. Granddad's still around. Granddad was there for her, really sweet. Granddad wanted to know what made her think she was ready to get married now. She said, because I'm ready to start a family. And the only way that's going to happen is if this man put this ring on my finger. So, or at least I put this ring on this man's finger because that's where it really was going. Right? So there's that. The love coach says, yes. And as long as he treats her right, the granddaddy stepped in like, let me get you together, Miss Ma'am. I think that he has been treating her right. I think he is treating her right. And I think he's going to continue to treat her right. Okay? So you ain't going to talk about my grandchild-in-law. That's what you're not going to do. Okay, that's the energy granddaddy was leading with for me. What else ended up happening? She finally tells the aunt and the mama. She tell them on the day of. They walk in there while she get her makeup on, and that's when she dropped the details on them. Like, listen, honey, I'm finna go ahead and I'm finna marry your son, girl. And it's gonna be cute, and you're gonna be nice, and you're gonna sit down and you're gonna appreciate it. And she did. She actually started to tear up. She was really happy for them. But I also felt like mama was put on the front because the cameras was there. That's what I think. I think she didn't want to really show hers. And I can appreciate that, though, because I feel like Mr. Mel Quinn mama, she should have had a little bit of the energy that his mama came with. Because Miss Girl wasn't here for none of the madness. Like, Anyway, child, she go out there. She asked him to marry her. This man said, duh. I was kind of like, that's not no answer. That's not really an answer for me. No, you need to open your mouth. Open your mouth, not some damn duh. Because if it was a duh, we wouldn't have even been here. Okay, on no TV show where she got to propose to you. Hello, knock, knock, who's there? Exactly. We're going to need you to open up your mouth and say, yes, I do, or something. Okay, talking about some duh. And she should have stood there like, what? I wish a man would get down on his knee. And he asked me that, and I about said, duh. He's still going to be like, okay, so what that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, can we get a yes? Okay, my family probably would be like, what is duh? What is that? What does that mean? Yes, open up your mouth and say something. Anyway, he agreed. She said she wanted to get married right then. He made it seem like it was difficult, but he cried, y'all. The man been up here crying, girl, when the ladies been asking him. So he cried, and they went along with it. He said he wouldn't have did it with nobody else but her. Okay, so they moved forward. He was talking about he hope he ain't got to perform because the whole time she had him thinking that the show was about couples grinding. So he was going to perform his songs like to the family and friends. But he was elated and happy to not have to perform those songs to nobody. And I said, I'm kind of elated and happy for you too, because I didn't really want to hear it. But I mean, it could have been good, but from what they gave us in the studio, I was like, you know, we only heard the output. We didn't really hear, or I guess like the input, we didn't really hear the output of how the song really came together. So that was enough for me to be like, I don't really want to hear that. But okay, so what else? I think that was it. DC, oh, this was interesting too. DC, she told him that his mom is there. She was excited. She's all for it. So for him to go to the barber, he's thinking that his mama came together with her to plan a wedding. And I'm like, well, I wonder how he finna feel when he found out that ain't what it is. Cause she didn't. She didn't come with this. She found out at the last minute like you did. Anyway, girl, long story short, they got married. They're working on having babies, and they are excited and happy to be working on these babies. Okay. Let me see what else you guys are saying before we move on real quick. What's going on, Sierra? Hey, Kesia. What's up, Fanny D? What's up? Hey, KB. Exactly. I said, child, not duh. Exactly, girl. We was on the same wavelength with that. I was like, what is this? What is it? What do you mean, duh? I mean, I guess. Marry Me Now just seems so desperate to me. I mean, true. I can't deny that. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Okay, y'all not talking about too much because Marry Me Now didn't give us too much. Okay, so let's go on. Oh, the grandma. The grandma was so cute when she covered her face and started crying. I was like, oh, look at her. But the granddaddy had me hollering when she started talking about the things that she done bought in her backyard or something like that she was gonna give away, and now she can have grandkids, so she ain't got to give it away. She can give it to somebody else. And he said, "Now, see, I done already told y'all she gonna use up all y'all film because I told y'all she likes to talk." Girl, I was over there cackling. I love it. I love that they still have each other. You know what I'm saying? Up in age, and they still got each other. And I'm sure they both enjoy the kiki and cackle between the both. Love it. She was so cute. DC was acting like she was repeating his order at the drive-through window. When? You talking about when they were saying the vows? I guess. All right, you guys. Let's go ahead and move on, okay? And talk about Ready to Love. Okay, that's what we're about to get into. Ready to Love. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button while we wait as I catch myself, because we got to talk about this show. That don't nobody really give a damn about. Girl, this show was the longest show in America for me. Yeah, it really was. It was just too long. Everybody was pretty boring. You know, I just really felt like the trailers be cap as fuck. You know, the trailer was giving, ooh, this season gonna be good. And then we turn around like, bro, this season was giving every bit of flop. Every bit of flop and fast forward. Okay. I was so tired of this season. All this extraness of meet the family, meet the family, meet the friends, meet the friends. Da 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 da. I was, let's keep going. And all these fake ass relationships. Let's keep going. Sabrina left the process, you guys know. So because she chose to leave the process, Demetrius felt like it would be best for him to also leave the process. So he decided to skirt too. And I just kind of feel like, Demetrius, you should have been left the process a long time ago. Joy, if you knew you felt however you felt about these dudes and your man wasn't really here, you should have skated out. Y'all should have both ended y'all journey a long time ago. Honestly, though, when you think about it, if they would have left early, we probably would have complained. Like, why everybody leaving early? Everybody just ending their time. Girl, we would have complained about whatever. So there's that. There are 3 couples that are left. You have Dakia and Paul. You have Carmen and Donovan. And you have Clifton and Joy. So we're now down to our final 6. Y'all, I never thought I would ever see Paul make it this far. I was expecting Paul to be gone by episode 3 or 4. I truly was. But Paul played the game good enough to be there all the way until the end. Girl, bye. All right. So Tommy links up with everybody because he had them out to brunch. So he links up with everybody and he wants the ladies to introduce the men to their families. Child, I guess, honey. Let's move on. Carmen lets Donovan meet her mom and her dad. What we learned is that Carmen's mama is a preacher, and I'm like, okay, yeah. Now we know why you be out here leading with your sexual, heavy sexual energy, girl. Because y'all know most preacher kids be running all kind of mucks in the mother church and the palace. All right, and that's definitely the energy Miss Carmen gives us. Like she's straight running mucks, okay, from the church to the palace to wherever else she go. All right, so Donovan did arrive with flowers, and the dad for me. Y'all know what, Bob? Y'all let me know. Let me know. Because I'm from the South, but I want to say I'm like no Southern Belle or whatever like that. But here's my thing. Let me just say this, okay? And no folks from up north, so I guess it don't matter. But anyway, this is what bothered me. I don't be understanding why women's dads feel the need, or where this came from, that they feel the need to put on strong and tough for the dudes that they meet, as if that's going to have any effect later on down the road when they hurt your daughter's hearts. Like, what is this energy that you're bringing? What is that? You wanted to be so tough with him for what? You still was going to get the representative. So what is all of this energy you're leading with? I guess, girl, I guess you wanted to show that you're a no-nonsense dad. Well, how does that play out for the child that she's had with another man that she's not with now? So how does that work? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so Donovan tells him that he does have kids. And he gonna ask this man, so if you having kids, does she have, how does disciplinary, how does that work? So can she discipline you? Can she say anything to your kids? And I'm sitting up here like, can he say anything to her motherfucking child? Can he say something to her child too? While you asking those questions? I don't know. Anyway, I'm like I said, can he discipline her child too while she over there trying to discipline his kids? Anyway, Donovan Donovan, he tells them that he did cheat in his marriage. But when it comes to Carmen, he says they have to stay in communication, and as long as as long as that doesn't change, nothing would happen like that. But if it were to get to that point where he felt like he was going to cheat on her, he would just leave the relationship. Okay. So her mom wanted to know about his faith, and he says, "Well, I'll tell you this. I think he said he grew up Catholic, but he's not religious. He is spiritual, and he does believe in God." And the mama said, "Baby, that's all I need to know. Okay, I've been watching you, I've been observing you, and the only thing I need to know is what's in your core. And it seems like God is the center. So I'm gonna ride with you, and I'm gonna believe that, right?" So there's that. Okay, her mom does say once he leaves the table that she thinks that he is going to give her the best. Okay. What else she says? Her dad thinks that he does have potential, but the verdict is still out. And I just wonder how long that verdict is going to be out, if they are indeed truly, out here dating. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's get to Joy and Clifton. So Joy and Clifton, she lets him meet her sister Tia. And it sounded like her sister said, like, "Oh, he's gorgeous," when he walked up. I was like, "Oh, okay, you think so? Okay. He's not a bad looking guy." So then the sister asked about her traveling. And of course, he doesn't like that she's traveling because they're just now starting to create this new bond. And it's about to be tested much sooner than what he expected with them living in two different countries or whatever, right? So what else did she say? So Joy tells her sister they have small talk. He talked about how they got some things in common. He helped her clean her closet or something like that. They both got OCD or whatever. Once he leaves the table, Joy sister asked her, like, "What are you scared of?" She said, "I'm not really scared. It's not that it's something I'm scared of. It's just the fact that it's everything that I've asked for, and it looks like it's here. Like every single check mark, everything that I wanted is right here. But I think that she's afraid that she could lose the very thing that she wanted because of the career that she got. Like, dang, I wanted all of this. I finally got it. And now the only thing that's putting it in jeopardy is me wanting to have my career. And it's a career that I'm not willing to stop for anybody at this time." Right? So let's get to Dakia and Paul. Paul speaks on being married for 12 years and having twin daughters. I don't know if I remember Paul being married, but anyway, he got twin daughters. Paul says maybe he doesn't want anymore. I think the mama asked that question, like, "Would you want kids?" or something like that. He was like, Dakia said, "You can say no." He said, oh, I can? Yeah, maybe not. Paul didn't know what the hell to say because Dakia, I think what was blocking him was like, if I do have kids, I don't want them with her. That's why it was such a struggle for him to about answer that question. The brother gonna tell us, "Yeah, you is. Oh, do you have a PCP?" Hollering, hollering, and Paul is like, yes, I do have a primary care doctor. I'm like, how did we even get to this? How did we get here? How did we get here? As if your sister not own herself. Like, what's going on? Anyway, so her mom asked him about his credit. He talked about how his credit is good or whatever. Paul asked if they've ever seen her in a relationship that they feel like she should have bailed out of a long time ago. And I think they said no. They haven't seen her in a relationship. They don't really get to meet a lot of the people that she's dated. But when he asked that question, y'all, for some part, for me, and I could be wrong, but for me, I felt like he asked that because he knew he was going to bail out on her. So this ain't what he wanted. He probably was trying to gauge how she was going to handle that or something. Because I'm like, what kind of question is that? Anyway, so her mom says she does think that Paul is the marrying type, and her brother asked, can she see herself with him? And Dakia, in so many words, says no. I mean, he got potential, but I don't really think that's for me. That's what she really wanted to say. Okay, now let's get back to Clifton and Joy. So she tells him that her sister did have some concerns about the long distance between them. Clifton says he has had anxiety about them being separated, right? In two different areas. And Joy says that she doesn't have reservations at this time, right? But she's concerned that he has more of the reservations, only for us to end up seeing her cry. And I'm like, Joy, you lied. You tried to make it seem like he was more bothered by the distance. But honestly, you're more bothered by it as well. Like, y'all on the same page, and that's okay. Right. So she ends up, telling him that she's not ready to tell him bye or anything like that, and vice versa. So, she kind of cried about it. He went over there and he consoled her. They probably still together to this day, child, but we'll find out at the reunion. Let's get to Carmen and Donovan. So Donovan decides that he's going to choose Carmen. He wants to take her on a trip to wherever she wants to go. Chai made me think about The Ultimatum. Okay, I just reviewed that show. It's on Netflix, so y'all can check out those videos as well. Because one of the guys told the girl at the end, when he left his girlfriend, girl, just messy, and gonna choose a whole nother girl, and then gonna be willing to take this girl on the trip around the world wherever she want to go. Girl, I can't. They ain't even go on the trip. But anyway, Carmen talk about how her heart flutters for Donovan, and then they decide to kiss. And production team comes to the front. Y'all get on my MFing nerves. We saw more kisses from Carmen and Donovan than we've seen from the people that actually connect, Clifton and Joy. I was so bothered. I was like, girl, why is y'all showing us this? And why is y'all spending so much time? Y'all could have spent more time on her walking up there than you spent time on them kissing. I want to see that. I go, anyway, girl. Of course, Clifton and Joy chose each other, so they happy. Moving on about their business. Dakia and Paul. Dakia come over. Paul comes to gift Dakia some flowers. Gave her this long speech. Okay, and she gonna tell him something first. She was like, "You remembered." And I'm like, "What she mean? You remembered? Like, why? Because he ain't bring no flowers to your mama like everybody else or something? Or maybe Paul ain't as smooth as he want the people to believe that he is." But anyway. Paul gives a speech about guys not seeing what he sees in her, but then decided at the end of the day that he's going to be choosing himself. I was like, well, I can't really blame Paul for choosing himself, honestly, because they ain't had no connection and they met at the end. They didn't have enough time to connect, but he did say he wanted to continue to see her outside of the process to see where it goes. Guarantee you it fell flat because they weren't interested in each other. They just weren't. Dakia was in full agreement. She was looking like, I'm glad you said it, baby. I am glad you said it because I was gonna say it if you didn't say it. So I mean, you just saved me, so that's fine, right? So that was pretty much it. I just said again, the trailers be so cap, all kind of cap, and then we get to the season and it be giving dry floppiness. You know what I'm saying? And it's just horrible. Oh, that's what it was. Thank you, Marva. Oh, it was that he remembered that she liked pink roses. Thank you. I appreciate that. Phil said, y'all get up off my Uncle Paul. I'm finna stay on Paul. You hear me? All the way to the show over. Let me see how he acted this reunion so I can eat him up some more. I only see Donovan and Carmen as friends or occasional F buddies every now and then. I see them as more as friends, but you probably got a point with the F buddy. Okay, you could hit the nail on the head, child. Okay, wasn't it discussed? I was like, girl, if y'all don't scoop back, please. I do not see. I don't either. I don't. What y'all thought about the overall season, though? Like, let me know your thoughts about the overall season. This season. Let me know your thoughts, okay? Dakia is too beautiful to seem desperate. She knew her real connection was Eric. And I am so disappointed that that connection could not go further, because I really saw a genuine connection between the both of them. I do believe and feel like they could have overcame that issue, but I think it could have been how Eric handled it afterwards, right? I think when she checked him in that moment and she about reached out to him, I think she could have called to get some type of understanding. I don't know. I did it. So at one point felt like she blew it out of proportion, bigger than what it was, because it seemed like when she came and said that I'm done with him, I don't want to film with him or anything. Like, I'm like, girl, this was something that y'all could have conversed about, because when you're getting to know people, they're going to do something that you may not like. It's not that it necessarily have to be immediate deal breakers, but it's something that you can have a conversation about. And from there, you can start to learn whether or not this person is really going to be somebody that's for you once you check them and you teach people how to treat you. And if they're adhering to that and they correct their ways, then maybe you could see a possibility. Because even when you get married or get in a serious relationship, they're going to do some stupid action. It's just what it is. And it's just about having those conversations. So I think I want to believe now that it could be how he handled that situation afterwards. He could have been real snappy. Y'all know some text messages ended up being released or whatnot that allegedly came from Eric. And if that's how you handled it, I probably won't want to rock with you either, just on how you handle that situation overall. But yeah, so let's see what else. She knew her real connection was Eric, and then she latched on to Clifton. She should have left and not tried with Paul. I agree 1,000%. I feel like she could have went ahead and left after Clifton told her that it's not her and it's going to be Joy, and it's just interesting because after they went to the cabin or wherever, the lake house, it was no more eliminations. I don't recall seeing any more eliminations. It was people falling off and dropping out on their own. I think Tori was the last elimination, right? I think they sent Tori home, and then after that, everybody else just started falling off like wildflowers. And because of that, if people are going to drop off, then I feel like it definitely would have been A-okay for Dakia to be like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and end this journey. And we would have understood, girl. I promise we would have understood. Okay? I can't wait for the reunion. Seems Sabrina's true side will be on full view in Laverne and Precious. Yeah, I'm wondering what Miss Sabrina is going to be bringing. I wonder what that's going to be looking like, what Miss Sabrina going to be out here saying to the people. Or if we're going to get more clarity as to why Sabrina operated the way that she did, or if we are not, and we're probably going to, not like her, whatever. Hopefully the reunion is good. I think Nephew Tommy was hosting, right? Is he back? I'm hoping he back. I hope he's healthy and back, because I'm not really interested in seeing nobody else host. Now, outside of Tommy, I probably would have took his wife. Okay. I think I would have been open to her. But I would not have been open to the men being on the stage thinking they finna disrespect this girl. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's see what else. I'm glad this season is over. I just want to see Laverne act a fool at the reunion. Baby, I'm ready to see that as well. I wonder what Miss Precious is saying about him. What Miss Precious called that man? I don't know. What did she call this? Did she call him a manipulator or a narcissist or some type of energy he was leading with? I don't know. I want to see what that whole conversation was about, where she supposedly told him some information about people. We're going to see. Do y'all know how many parts there are? Because I don't. I know they say a part 1, so I don't know if it's going to be 2 or 3 parts. I feel like it could be 2 and we're good. But sometimes they don't address everything, so I don't know. We can't complain about this season, but love that Mario, Reva, and Tandy foolishness. Ooh, I feel like their foolishness was more entertaining than this. I feel like we can't complain. It was giving more honesty. That wasn't the first season or second season. Now this other stuff just be fake. Like that, I feel like Tandy and Mario and Reva, even though I do not condone how they got together at all. And I feel like Mario was shiesty for how he did that. I feel like that's that stuff happens in real life. But as we watch the seasons as they go, it just comes off like forced. Everybody lying. People just want to stay to the end and stuff. I feel like earlier on the seasons were more like genuine. But we'll see. I mean, I guess they got time to improve. Dakia needs a guy who is super successful, who is very regal. The men weren't on her level. Ooh, okay. I had a feeling from the beginning her guy wasn't there. I think that's a pretty good point. Don't Miss Girl work for NASA? Miss Girl got big books. Big books, big educated. Hear what I say. Hear what I say. I don't know what Laverne does. I mean, I don't know. He could be a guy that carries himself in a manner where we think he got a lot going on, but he don't. But I feel like if anybody probably was on her level, he could have been Laverne. But Laverne is worse than Eric. He don't know how to talk to folks. Donovan and Clifton keep throwing shade at IKEA, so I'm wondering what's that about. I find it very bit made. To be honest, how they throwing shade? Girl, I didn't know that. What you mean? The only couple I like from Ready to Love is Rashid and Simone. Well, I have to agree. Well, and they connected, I think, at the very last minute when they had that date. At the very last minute. Yeah, I think they complement each other. I hate that we didn't really get to see their relationship flourish while they were on the show. But shout out to them for creating a YouTube channel, because then we got to see a little bit of ins and outs between them. So yeah. Sabrina has this "I'm going to get you before you get me" type of energy. She still needs to heal. Interesting. Okay. Laverne needs a younger woman because he seems like he's still on playtime and not as mature as the other men. Got it. Sabrina, I think does need to heal, because I remember looking at the show kind of like, you over here talking about Donovan not being ready for a relationship. What are you? Because y'all been out of y'all marriage or situation or whatever about the same time. And then here it is, Demetrius has been divorced and has that history just like you got that history. Demetrius ain't showing you no type of energy, none, yet you still feel the need to go towards him. But when it comes to Donovan, you're not going towards Donovan. You want to question whether or not he's ready for a relationship. I would think if I have to go after a man or get him to see me or have a conversation or whatever, I would think he's the one that's not ready, the one that would join this particular process, be open to dating, but then want to shed a part of himself off because you're not solely focused on him, even after you told him you're focused on him. To me, that type of man is a man that's not ready. Joy had the best personality of all the cast members this season. I could see that because as I started watching this last episode, I wonder why Joy never really got eliminated. I think she was up for elimination once, but I wonder why. Because she wasn't really opened up to nobody else either. She was more so opened up to only Clifton. So I was like, I wonder why. Then I was like, it must have been that personality that everybody gravitated to. Like, what kept her around? Now, even though Eric was open, I'm sorry, not Eric, but Clifton was opened up to meeting more people. He definitely was opened up to it. But hold on, let me exit out of this. There we go. Yeah, he was opened up to it, but it didn't seem like she was. So I'm surprised they kept her around as long as they did too. Zakia is phony and needs to take her I'm too good personality down a bit, and she's always going to be looking for love, men sense, and authentic personality. She needs to take tips from Joy. Ooh. Watching the previews for the reunion, Paul and Laverne have beef. I think they blocked each other on social media. What Phil said, everybody loved the Joy and Clifton story, but me. You know what, Phil? I think you just enjoy being antagonistic. I think you enjoy, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I think you enjoy having the opposite perspective as others. It makes for a great, challenging debate. Ace is my girl, definitely my fave. I really wish Wiley would have been more open and gave her a chance, because I could see them two together. Was Ace at the reunion? I wonder if she even came to the reunion. Child, we probably know Tina ain't coming to the reunion, honey. Tina probably went there, baby. Ooh. Phil said, nah, I just thought they were fake. Well, damn. Okay. I think I read that one. Okay, y'all. All right. Well, then I guess that wraps us up on Ready to Love, y'all. Okay, so y'all did see Ace? You saw Ace? Okay, cool. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna have to check the preview one more time. She was in the preview. What about Tina? Did y'all see Tina? Tina probably wasn't there. I wonder if she showed up. I think Wiley, Ace, and Dakia were open for love this season. I hope they find it. Yeah, I hope so. Hope so. And y'all know that Kia wasn't really focused on Wiley because he was too young. And I'm like, that might be what you need, Miss Ma'am. Just somebody a little younger than you, but somebody that got a job. Don't be like Shorty's man, Mr. Kenneth over there on put a ring on it that's younger than you, but ain't got nothing to offer. Yikes. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you got to have a whole lot of. You know what I'm saying? We already at a disadvantage anyway, being black child or whatever. Anyway, however, I mean, bring something to the table. Dang, bring some forks and knives. Bring a little bit of cornbread. Okay, bring a little something. She done made the collard greens and stuff. Okay, made the turkey and the dressing. I mean, you gonna bring some. Bring the yams and the cornbread or something. Plate. Okay, get it together. Hold up. Baby Kenneth took me out when he said he work a lot. BIT. And on that note, let's get into it. Okay, let's talk about it, honey. We are definitely, yeah. So let's talk about put a ring on it. Let's get into that. Cause girl, he had me screaming too. Yeah, I am not a fan of Mr. Kenneth. I feel like if I was younger, I probably would be a fan of Kenneth. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, Kenneth probably got some good D game for sure. I mean, he probably got, you got to slang that because you ain't slanging no coins and then else. Okay, he probably has some good D game. But anyway, so let's get into it. So y'all know the argument happened. Okay, first of all, y'all go ahead and hit the like button on this video, girl, over here on the good YouTube. Go ahead and hit the like. All right, as we get into put a ring on it, go ahead and share the video, child. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that too. Okay, but anyway, so yeah, the argument. Y'all know Miss Shay at the restaurant with her boo. You done got Fonzo came in there with his boo Tay. All right, so she over there having an exchange of words. Shay kills me because she's so insecure, and it just, and they say that. What I think Kanye West said that in the song, "The prettiest women do the ugliest things." That's because they insecure as you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so Tay told her, and I appreciate it. She said this. She said, "I don't understand why y'all decided to do this show if it was gonna be a problem." I said, "Come on with it, come on with it." Tay, like, why? Why are you on this show if you always finding a problem with all of his women? And see, this is the thing. I feel like because Tay is a bigger woman, I think she likes to force that energy, like she could beat up anybody or she could whoop through. You know what I'm saying? You done met the right one. Cause see, Miss Girl Tay was finna hit your ass with a plate. But some of these girls, unfortunately, they ain't finna fight. They finna cap. Okay, some of these women done got like the men. All right, ma'am, they finna pop piggity pop. Okay, that's what they finna do. And you over here trying to run up on everybody, girl. You gonna meet your match. Be careful. Look like you was about to meet your match there. Okay. Anyway, girl. So Shay ran up on her, okay, and told her, she said something to her like, "If you hit me with a plate, girl, if you hit me with that plate, I was like, girl, she hit you with the plate, what? You gonna be joining Beauty and the Beast? You gonna be one of those little artifacts or whatever the hell he had in there, one of them talking plates? That's what it was giving, because it was gonna be upside your head. What you mean? Okay. So anyway, she gets mad, and then she gets mad. Walks outside and tells him that he need to calm his date down or something like that. And she was upset about how he didn't do nothing. And I say he ain't do SHI because you're always doing SHI. That's why he ain't do nothing. Because this is typical. This is what you do. This is what you do. That's why. So I felt like you was looking for an issue. And you thought that Miss Girl wasn't about that life, but Miss Girl very much so was about that life. And she was ready. Okay. So then decides to blame him when she walks out and heads to the passenger side of the car to get in. But what was weird to me was when she walked out, she said some slick stuff like, "You better tell that girl I know how to fight. You better tell her I know how." I said, why he need to let her know that you know how to fight? Like, what is that? If that ain't some high school, you better tell her, because I'm a girl, I know how to fight for real. You better let her know I know how I can fight for real. And this plate will be going upside your head. For real. Like, what we doing? Words. Man, tell that girl I know how to fight for real. And you know how to look dumb as hell. For real. Fighting over this dude going through the same trends, only to look stupid because you chose to stick with him. So you make yourself look a fool, and then you stay in this situation and then wonder why people laughing at you. And he's still over there literally doing this. Like, well, I can't help you. I don't know what to tell you. He's still over there with this action. Girl, I can't. Anyway, the two dates decided they was gonna come together. Tay and the other dude decided they was gonna come together and eat the food together, child. I said, I'm glad somebody had a good time. Okay, maybe that was the reason. Maybe y'all needed to go on this date to come together, to meet each other or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, girl, let's get to Shorty and her man with no coin. So the man walks in with because she about to go on this date, right? So the man walks in, and Kenneth decided he was going to pat him down. I said, Kenneth, what you doing? You pat him down for some coin? That's what you're doing? Because you know when we pat you down, baby, you're not going to have a dime. You know that, right? Okay, I'm just letting you know why you trying to fill up on somebody else's pockets. We still filling on yours. Yes, and nothing but lint. What is it giving? We're still filling. What is it giving? Exactly. Scoop back up off this man in his pockets. We know how you be, scammer. We know how y'all do. Y'all be real slick with the pickpocket. You from up north. You ain't from Louisiana for real, huh? That's what we thought. But anyway, girl, so Kenneth over there patting the man down and stuff, and Kenneth out here trying to make friends with the man. So it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you from such, so I'm from such and such too. Yeah, you know, I'll be about that. Like, I do that thing too. Yeah, we from the side. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see you about you. I said, why are you over here trying to make friends? Oh, I get it. You're trying to make friends, so if she does choose him, you already got an in. You already got somebody you can be a connect with, so you can find out where your girl at. Girl. Anyway, so they get to the date. Tavi opens up and talk about how he actually has a real job and he opens up gyms. Okay, so I guess he has different franchises at different places. Okay, that's what Tavi's been over here doing. So Shorty says, girl, and Shorty, girl, listen, ma'am. Listen, you didn't have to tell us, we already knew, but we're glad that you're confirming what it is that we already knew. So she says that, you know, Ken lied about things that he did, you know, but when I found out that he was a bogus as hell, it was a little too late because I was in love. I said, I bet you are. You was in love with the D, huh? It's okay. No, you know, happen to the best of them. It's all right. You still have time. You can always come home. You can always come home, okay? So we learned that Tavi got children, okay? Shorty. Oh yeah, so Kenneth and his date arrives, and I hated that she seemed to be so bothered. I said, bro, don't nobody want that man. Girl, don't nobody want that man but you, girl. You ain't even what you bothered for. Like, let him come in and have a seat, girl. He probably glad to have a seat on own. Okay, I'm sure he's glad to have a seat and a meal on own. Girl, let the man sit down. Mm-hmm. Okay, so anyway, Kenneth and his date, Miss Centrell. Kenneth and Centrell are not interacting at all because he bothered. He can't focus. He's stuck on Shorty. And for me, I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to see, was Otis this distracted? Maybe he was, but Otis seemed like he still at least enjoyed his date. Hell, Fonzo don't count. He couldn't even sit down and enjoy his damn date. I think Kenneth is really, really afraid of losing his meal ticket. So let's keep going. All right. So Chantrell, Chantrell or whatever her name is, not even trying to get to know Kenneth. She over here ear hustling for Kenneth. I didn't understand the madness or the importance. So I'm like, what you doing that for? Like, what is that? Like, I mean, and if you are, it makes me like those type of girls that would do that are A-okay with holding a position of being a side. And girl, that would be terrible for you. Anyway, so Kenneth, they finally start having a conversation. Kenneth says that he's a workaholic and he had to separate himself from that. What you mean you had to separate yourself from that, Kenneth? What you mean? You had to separate from the job and you had to go different ways? What you mean? What you mean about the separation? You had to separate yourself from what? It didn't talk about he got a daughter. So I guess his daughter is like, what, 7 or something? But he was in a 6-year relationship. And I guess he's been with Shorty for about 3 years or whatnot. So I don't know what happened with that relationship. But anyway, Chantrell asked him about, I guess, commitment because he's been in long-term relationships, but he hasn't committed to anyone. And he says that he is committed, but circumstances wouldn't allow him to commit. I said, well, we know what circumstances you're talking about, sir. We know, meaning he ain't got no coin. Okay. So that's why. That's the true definition when dudes be like, oh, I want to make sure, even though sometimes it do be an excuse. It be, well, I just want to make sure I got my, I want to make sure my finances and everything is in order and this and that and woo 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 woo. It's giving you can't afford the ring, So I'm just saying what it looked like, girl. I mean, and that man may have a full job. He might actually do be out here working for real, for real. But how they paying you up over here on the OWN network show, you ain't got Nathaniel. Okay. What else? In the confessional, Kenneth started speaking on his relationship and wondering whether or not this is the one for him. I said, boy, bye. Even when people tried to tell you it wasn't the one for you, you wasn't hearing it. Okay. Even when she tried to let you know, you were still running behind her. So don't be going in the confessional trying to make the people think and believe that you're not gonna be with this girl. Okay, because that's what you really want. What else? Chantrell wants another date because she didn't get his full attention on this date because he was a bit occupied. So I do wonder if he is going to give her another date. Kenneth is smart, lay some pipe, live in luxury, smart dude. I can't. Smart dude to me. I cannot. Now, Jamie, snooping is exhausting. Excuse me. They're not snooping. Or do you mean Snoopy? What y'all mean? What you calling that man there for? Then he has to take screenshots and then hide them in the cloud. That's his job. Exactly. I feel like I made a note of that at some point in this conversation. Okay. Joshua says workaholic. Kenneth's only place of employment is the bedroom. That is the only place that he is putting in work. Come on, talk about it. Talk about it. And I hate it for Shorty, honestly. If that is the aspect, like he only has that to offer, because I feel like if you're not really like connected to your person, like if he's not fully pulling the weight like you want, I think over time y'all just become a bit disconnected. So I just feel like sex life for them could be very tough, because times when he wants it, she just may not want it because he's not stimulating her in other areas. The only thing he can do is that. So I just feel like sometimes their sex life is probably not even as enjoyable as it used to be in the beginning, especially with all the ups and downs, all the breakups and stuff like that. I just feel like it don't hit like it used to, girl, what I'm sipping on, girl. So I had made my own little caramel macchiato, girl, So I got my little cold caramel macchiato from out of, the store. And then I got me some caramel. I got the caramel macchiato creamer and all that. So, I was just seeing how the little girls was doing their coffee and stuff like that over there on the TikTok. So then I had decided to, make my own. So, and it's so really good. Okay, with the ice and everything, the ice that melted. But it's good. It is good. Ooh, I wonder if he is on child support. I think sometimes when dudes get on child support too, that could be why his if I don't know if he is, but if he is, that could be another reason for his up and downs. Because some dudes that feel like they shouldn't be put on child support likes to have those up and down job situations, right? Not all of them, but some of them. And I wonder if he's at that place where he'd rather get paid under the table. So he be doing these little skimpy jobs because he don't want so much of his money to go to child support. I do feel like they be messing the dudes up though, for real, with that little child support. Like, girl, if you over there working a fast food restaurant, sometimes retail, and they take that chunk out, baby, it make you feel like, what was I working for? What is this? Like, they done took all the, you know what I'm saying? Well, you gotta it sucks, but you gotta go the extra mile. Okay, maybe go get a degree, go get a different type of trade that's going to get a certification. It's really going to pay you the coin, so you'll be able to take care of that, and be able to live and survive. But don't be trying to latch and attach yourself onto a woman, and have her doing everything. She's going to start resenting you. But then at the same time, it is like, well, shoot, if she the one accepting you as you is, then, hell, I guess go forward, because there's plenty of women that's gonna latch on, that ain't doing SHI about their life, and gonna latch on to a man that's doing a whole lot. But I guess sometimes men just really don't mind, huh? But the way Shay piped up at the end with Otis, I'm like, really? You talking about Shay or Charlie? We're gonna talk about that. Okay, y'all, we're gonna talk about it. What else? Shorty come on this show as a way. She already said she tried to break up with him before when she was on her date with Hollywood. Oh, you talking about when when she was talking? I'm thinking about like, what, she tried to break up with him when she was talking to Hollywood. But yeah, on that date she did say that she tried to break up with him before. And I feel like she on the show hoping that he gonna find his match, because it's like, high key, baby, it ain't me. It's not me, dear heart. It's about me. You need to go ahead and find who for you. Okay, but let's go ahead and move on. Let's get to who else we got down here? Shay and Dr. Nicole. Because y'all know Shay done sat up here and show her horse and didn't want to sit up here and then ask the Dr. Nicole for some advice and stuff. I said, girl, not you showing out and want to ask her for the advice, but you was gonna show out anyway. Oh, okay then. So Shay and Dr. Nicole. She lying, saying, I would never react in a manner that would downgrade me as a person. Girl, close the blinds, because you're lying. Okay. And you've said it on more than one occasion how you've acted. So now you want to say you would never do anything that's going to downgrade. Like, girl, I'm glad the cameras caught it, because you can fool Dr. Nicole, which I'm sure you're not fooling, but you're not going to fool us. Okay. Now she says she doesn't like to be, or maybe I said it, she doesn't like to be ignored, I suppose. She felt like they came in and sat down like they didn't even know each other. And that was the thing for me. Y'all are on two separate dates. Why he got to come in and act like he really know you, or hey babe, or this and that, when he's on a whole nother date? Y'all came on two separate dates to focus on those dates, not each other. She didn't send y'all on a date together. So it really grinds her gears that she's not acknowledged. I don't know what that, I don't know how to label that, but she definitely needs the attention. She needs to be acknowledged, and she needs everybody to know that, oh, that's the girlfriend. Oh, that's the fiance to the man that works with Rick Ross. Like, I guess, girl. Anyway, I felt like Tay didn't know you either. For you to say they just came in and sat down like they didn't even know us. I said, Tay don't know you. She don't know you. You want her to say, hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Like, no. So Dr. Nicole tells her she is restricting him from showing and playing out his decisions to see where she fits in his life. She keeps trying to, and that's another thing. She always tries to prevent something before allowing things to really happen, because he may do something that's going to impress you. But you go into this mindset of thinking the worst case scenario that you don't even let stuff play out. Okay. So you messing yourself up. Anyway, Shay says that she's scared because when it's over, she'll never be back. And before she even talked about the engagement and stuff, I said, girl, bye, because y'all was already engaged and you still came back. So what are we talking about? And I'm glad that she went into more detail, because Dr. Nicole tells her she needs to be honest with herself. I said, as she should. Please be honest with yourself, because you're causing this friction, honestly, with yourself. You at war with yourself internally. And I feel like it's because, number one, you know what it is that you should be doing. Okay. You know what you should be doing, but you're fighting with, I believe, trying to prove a point to others. Because I truly believe she's had conversations with other people that's probably told her, girl, you need to leave this man. Girl, you need to move on. If you're so unhappy, then da. Right. And I feel like she's at war with herself, because she knows what it is she needs to do, which is to walk away. Talking about some, what she said, I'm afraid, when it's over, this is it. Like, I'm not coming back. It's over. All right. So Dr. Nicole, that we talked about that. So Shay is afraid of allowing him to do his own thing because she doesn't trust anything that he do. That's why she's afraid. She don't trust nothing about him. And I'm like, well, why are you here? Okay, so Dr. Nicole asked her about the engagement being called off. So Shay says they actually went to go and get married in Vegas. They went to the courthouse, did all of the paperwork. But what they did not know was that they needed somebody from Vegas, an officiant, to sign said paperwork, right? So after that, because they still wanted to be, with each other, they decided to throw this big old engagement party, right? She said that's when issues started to come up. I think the issues with the mama, the baby mama, the other girl that made the post talk about he's the love of her life, all of these signs and things started to come up, which resulted in them separating for what she said, maybe 10 months. And then eventually she decided to get back with him. But when she got back with him, they didn't make any decisions on, you need to fix this, you need to fix that. This is what we're trying to do. Like, it was none of that. She just got back with him like all willy-nilly, right? So she says, or maybe I said this, Shay is more upset with herself and the decisions that she's made versus with him or anybody else. She really upset with herself that she got back in this situation, okay? She returned to the relationship without laying down any requests or anything as far as him changing and them growing together. So she says that she's prepared herself for a departure and says that if it doesn't work, then that's it. I don't believe Shay. I do not believe Shay. her saying, yeah, I prepared myself for a departure, I don't believe that at all. At all. But we'll see. We'll see how it's gonna go at the end of the season. Also, how Shea State, they went through the ceremony in Vegas but didn't get the marriage license signed. Something isn't making sense. You know what, Tina? I kind of thought the same, because I would have thought somebody from Vegas would have stressed that to you, that hey, here's the documentation. Make sure you take this to your local office, whatever. Da, da, da. I don't know the process of how you go about getting married in Vegas, but I would think that that's what they would do. Now, whether you decide to turn it in or go over there and do whatever, then maybe that's on you. I'm not sure how that process goes, but I was listening like, yeah, something doesn't seem 100% right. But okay. What else? See what you guys are saying. Tay Cherie was not going to let Shay come at her physically. She had that plate ready. She did. And it was like, y'all brought me out here for this. I know y'all ain't bring me here for this, SHI. That's exactly what it's giving. Shay wants to be attached to fame and a man with money who she feels is important. Right. I think that's the term I was looking for when I was like, I don't know what to label that. She needs a ton of validation. That's what I was looking for. She needs a ton of recognition. And I don't feel like anything is wrong, because like if you in a relationship, you want to be known. You know what I'm saying? You want people to know that you're in a relationship or whatever. You ain't gotta, brag about, this like, boyfriend, girlfriend, you gotta show it off all the time. But I understand, but at the same time, her huge issues with it makes me feel like she's seeking some type of validation in the life of a man that's connected to somebody with wealth or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hood, rich, whatever you want to give it. Let's go ahead. Let's move on. The guys link up, which was a dumb scene. Didn't understand why we had to see them link up, but I only appreciated one piece of the conversation, and that was from Fonzo. So the guys speak on a relationship being afraid of getting rejected if they propose. So all of the guys are at this place where, dang, I don't know what I mean. If I propose to her, like, I don't know, like she say no, I don't know if I'm gonna ever ask again. And Fonzo talks, I don't know if I'm gonna do it either. I'm like, you doing it again right now would be you doing it again, because y'all have already been down that road. I'm so confused, and y'all called off a whole engagement. So I'm like, Fonzo, shit the hell, I don't know what you talking about. But Fonzo, here go Kenneth and say, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know. I'm like, hey, I want to get down on one knee, but I feel like if I get down on one knee, then, you know what I'm saying, Shorty gonna be like, nah, I don't really want to do that. And Fonzo said, bro, can I give you a little bit of advice? You know what I'm saying? Man to man, like, just receive. He was like, yo, what's up? What you got to tell me? And then Fonzo says, I really think that you need to focus on getting yourself together. You really got to make sure you good and you right or whatever before you go on to, the next step and the next level. In so many words, the mother saying you need time with Dr. Nicole alone. You need long, extended time. You need to work on yourself. You need to get your job together. Because the way Miss Girl talk about you is because you don't bring SHI to the table. And a woman that got more than you gonna always be able to talk down to you. Understand that. And I say you better let him know what the hell is up. But then it was for me. It was Kenneth sitting over here acting like it was, wow, mind-blowing. Oh my God, that was very pivotal. Oh my, wow, you really said some things there. Listen, sir. Okay, listen. These are things that you already know. Okay, I don't know if you haven't heard it from a man, and maybe that's why I hit different, but these are things that you already know, and you're not going to fix anything. He meant like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, that was really good. That was some good information there. Like, I'm going to have to take that. Like, boy, sit down, because you ain't going to with it. Girl, anyway, so Otis over there talking about how he all out of arguments. Otis, we about to be out of view. We are just... Anyway, Fonzo says that he would be shocked if Shay said no. I mean, I guess I'd be shocked too, the way she be showing her all the time. I guess she would sit up here and accept it. Next thing you know, we gonna see Shay ass over there talking about some marry me now. Girl, anyway, the guys say if she doesn't say yes, they don't know if they'll do it again. Kenneth talking about he would probably go join a cult and go figure out his life. And I said, baby, why would you wait? Why would you wait? Why would you wait? And you know what it made me think when he said that, y'all, why I thought about Martin. Y'all remember the episode when Martin had them dreads or whatever, he had went to her, I'm going to say a cult, but I don't know where Martin went to. And they was doing all the little praising and stuff. Did that have something to do with Gina making more money than him? I cannot remember, but I remember him leaving. But I also know at one point it was an issue that Gina made more money than Martin. And that's exactly what I thought about when he talked about going to a coat or wherever he gonna go and try and find it himself. I said, well, get to go. Do they take Greyhounds where you going? Because I'm sure you can't take no flight. So where you going? Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Oh, so you ain't gonna do no Greyhound? Well, you can afford the Baker bus. You can, yeah. I'm sure they got like $20 tickets. Go ahead. Go where you gonna go. Jumpstart that quick then. Okay? You ain't gotta wait. Why you waiting? Don't wait. Don't put off tomorrow what you can do today. All right, let's move on. But what's that Martin? Somebody tell me, okay? Tell me, was it Martin? Yes, he went to go be a monk. That's what it was. I thought about Martin too. He was okay. So we saw each other, Amina. We saw each other. I knew it. Yes. Okay, yes, the midnight. Do not come to Georgia though, sir. Yes, on the midnight train from Georgia. Correct. Yes, ma'am. Do not come here. He's already here. Shay and Fonzo's marriage would be so toxic. She is too jealous. And what? And he works on the road with plenty of groupies. Yeah, and she can't be with him all the time. And I just don't think he's doing right for her mental. I feel like she should go ahead and leave this relationship because she's gonna start, if she hasn't already, adopting certain type of behaviors that's going to roll over into her next relationship. So she needs to step back if it ain't, you know what I'm saying, if it ain't growing her. She need to step back. First thing I thought about was Teresa BF Louie from Real Housewives of New Jersey, that creepy retreat video, child. Embarrassing. Not Louie. Not Louie, honey. Right. But when I think about Louie, yeah, he would be Louie sending a video, an apology video to the woman. Kenneth is going to ride that struggle bus with the donut wheel, and still the wheels until the wheels fall off. Girl, I knew Martin had went off to do something, y'all, because I damn sure thought about Martin. I said, girl, did Martin leave Gina? Because she was making too much money or something like that. I knew it was a month. It was some type of episode. All right, so let's get to the meetup. Okay, so Kenneth and Shorty, so they speak on their dates. Okay, Kenneth says that his attraction level has hit high with the ladies lately. Okay, he wasn't there all the way on his date because he was so focused on Shorty, but the attraction level was there. I said, this man is so bogus to me, because last week you were sitting up there talking about how no, I think he said the attraction level didn't hit. It didn't hit. It was not at a high, I think, this week. But last week you said that you was interested or something like that, or the girl, you were attracted to her last week. But this week you trying to say it's not. I said, boy, shut up. You just say whatever. So then last week, oh yeah, that's what I said. I said last week he was attracted or found the ladies to be attractive, but this week you don't. Okay, anyway, so Shorty speaks on women. Ooh. So Dr. Nicole was like, well, Shorty, what do you think about that? Like, how do you feel about what he has to say? Girl, Kenneth know what he like. He do. Kenneth knows what he like. I think the issue is just that the women that Kenneth likes are typically out of his league. When I tell you, Shorty has been dragging out this man, and I actually love it, because if you can sit up there and be upset with her and go to her page and try and get her fired or whatever and say whatever you're gonna say to try and embarrass this lady or whatever, now she's doing it to your ass in the best way possible, and she's also keeping it real, and she's also not sugarcoating things to make you feel better. Maybe this is the SHI that you need to hear to get your shit together. Okay, so I was glad that she said that. What else? Shorty speaks on him not being honest. She says, when we first met, I mean, he had me thinking that he had a lot of things going on that really he didn't, but I didn't learn about those things until later after I had fallen in love with him. Whew. Embarrassing. So she said that Dr. Nicole wanted to know what were some of the things that you wanted him to have. She said honesty, leadership, financial stability, in so many words, even though she said economically. She says maturity. She said those were things that she felt could come over time, right? What else? But then we get back to Kenneth. Kenneth over there like, I mean, she over here acting like I'm incapable. Well, have you been capable of getting those things? I'm confused on what you want her to say here, sir. I mean, where are you now? What are you? Help. We all still. Where are you now, sir? How is it going for you? Where what's happening? Is she like I'm just I'm incapable. And you know what's sad is if you're still at that place and we know that you are capable, meaning that she knows that you're capable, yet you choose to not go out and do anything, that's gonna make her dislike and resent you even more. And she's been wanting to separate from you because you're not offering anything, but she can't because you're always there. Whew, girl, there's some scary teas there, honey. Let's get to Otis and Charlie, honey. Let's get. He needs to be emasculated. Not only is he a homosexual, he's a scammer. He earned that dragging. Oh my! It reminded me of how he was telling his previous date that he did general contracting, okay, etc. And he be lying, and he probably said the same thing to Shorty. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. I do wonder though, I'll be honest. I do wonder like if he has like a criminal record or something. Y'all know with a lot of men, once you get that criminal record, they make it very hard for you to go out and get like a good job. I feel like some of the ways you could go around that is probably to actually get in school and study and, you know, do what you need to do and get a degree or something like that, trade or whatever. Then maybe some doors or something may open up for you. But I wonder what his history is with the law. That maybe could have restricted him from getting certain type of, you know, better paying opportunities, or if this is just a mentality thing and he just enjoys operating in that manner. I wonder what's going on, especially being a father, you know, when you want to be able to make as much as you can to provide for your child. But, you know, some days don't, girl. Let's go ahead and let's move on. Okay, Otis and Charlie. So Otis says he learns that he can trust his girl Charlie regardless of the situation. That's what he's saying. So he bogus, but Charlie decides that she was gonna call him out and say, you know what? Now he over here being bogus, Dr. McCall. I just want to let you know, Miss Ma'am, he's definitely attracted to that girl Milan. Because at one moment he's trying to say she looked like a little girl, and they saying, you know, he all on her body, looking at her tattoos and stuff. Like, girl, do not believe this man. This man is bogus. Okay, so Otis thinks she has issues when he speaks on other women. She said, correction, baby. Charlie had a lot to say this episode, okay? Charlie, I always saw Charlie as a person that sits there and takes whatever he dishes out, but she was very vocal this time, okay? Charlie was like, nope, correction, boo. Okay, I dislike women. It's certain women, if I don't care for them, those are the ones I don't care to hear about. Okay, period. So Dr. Nicole tells them if y'all both want a safe space with each other, you have to create those spaces for pretty much, you have to be that space if you want to, you know, want him to give you the space back or vice versa, right? So Otis lets everyone know that he and Milan, because he was like, oh, I just felt like, you know, I should just keep it real. I should be honest. So, okay, what you need to keep real, what you need to be honest. He says, me and old girl contacted each other. We talked via social media. Honestly, y'all, I don't feel like Otis did that to be honest. I feel like he did that to get a reaction out of Charlie because I think he enjoys doing that to her. I really do. I feel like he enjoys getting her upset, seeing her respond. And I also feel like he did that to get a reaction out of her in hopes that Dr. Nicole would chastise her versus chastising him, because every time he comes in there to sit in front of Dr. Nicole and them, it's always like he's in the wrong. So I think he was trying to like play a little mind game too, get Charlie to act out because he already knew how she was going to act. And then Dr. Nicole will shift the issue, you know, from him to being about her, even though he was going to get called out about having this conversation with this lady anyway. So what else? Now, Charlie decided she was going to call this man a monster. I said, now, come on, Charlie. Like, girl, not a monster now. Girl, not a monster. Not a Martell, girl. Not you finna call this man. I'm like, okay. I don't know if I would say monster, but when you said liar, I was with you on that. Okay, I definitely was there with you on that. What else? I just thought that was funny that now all of a sudden he wanted to be open, okay, and let her know about like, oh, I've been texting this person, I DM them or whatever. So Charlie says that she wants to reach out to the girl. She's like, oh, okay, so you can DM and do what you want to do. Well, cool. I'm gonna DM and do what I want to do too. Okay, so you ain't ever got to worry about it. I'm gonna do. And then Dr. Nicole said, well, baby, what is that gonna do? She said it's gonna do a lot because I'm gonna have a conversation. Here goes Shay. I would do the same thing if I was her. I'll be blowing up everybody. Okay, because they're gonna have to know. I said, Shay, we know. We know what you would do, okay? And you done sat up here crying in front of Dr. Nicole talking about, I never want to do anything that's gonna downgrade who I am. Move away. All right, what else we got? Charlie is feeling like it's over. She's mad as hell. It's over. It's a deal breaker for her. Okay. He keeps embarrassing her, is what she said. She wants to leave. She wants the keys. Okay. She wants to go about her business. You could tell Dr. Nicole was not featuring that because she's like, girl, we're supposed to get resolution. We're supposed to get understanding. Like, where are you going? And I felt like, Charlie, you doing all of this only to still be with him. We'll see you next week, girl. Because I mean, you're still gonna be with him. So okay. What else? Charlie said she was so pissed. She didn't even want to talk about Brent. She was pissed off because Dr. Nicole tried to ask her. I don't want to talk about this girl. I do not want to talk about that man. I'm pissed off. And I need to go because I'm going to slip up. And I'm going to slick like cuss your style. And you ain't even doing that to me, ma'am. So you need to let me go ahead and go. All right. What else? We couldn't even get to the next couple because of because of Charlie and Otis. So right. What else? What was interesting was seeing when they tried to get to the next couple, Charlie was over there talking to him like, did you do this? I know your because I'm gonna tell you right, motherfucker. And then she looked when Dr. Nicole was like, y'all can't do. First of all, it's Dr. Nicole's facials for me. Care to share? Girl. Dr. Nicole and these facials. Y'all care to share? Girl, Miss Charlie over there pausing in mid-sentence like, say what? Girl, just let me get the hell up out of here because and it was really interesting seeing Charlie go in on him because, like I said, I'm used to seeing her as a person that probably just takes whatever he dishes out. And she just was not having the SHI. And I was like, check this out, you know? I was like, get in his ass, girl. Yes. Let us know that you was not no punk on then like that, girl. In his ass. Yes, ma'am. So that was pretty much the episode of Put a Ring on It. Okay, Charlie was so pissed. LOL. She is so mean when I am truly mad. Okay, she was eating him up, girl, like they in class getting caught. Exactly. Exactly, girl. The facial expressions be hilarious. Okay. I really did. I know I did. I really didn't think she had it in her, but she was like, "You got me stumped. You have me." I said, "Yes." Eat him up, Charlie. Eat him up. Shay was so happy to see that her and Charlie had similar reactions. Right. And she was kind of a bit happy, like, well, I'm glad I ain't the only one up here cutting up. Okay, I'm glad she's gonna cut up too. I feel you, girl. All right, take the energy and the heat off me just a little bit. What else y'all are saying before we move on to y'all favorite show, girl? Before we move on to y'all favorite show, girl. Charlie was mad because she been in check for so right. I have been in check for so long, trying to respect your feelings, respect the relationship, and do all this other stuff, okay? To make sure that I'm within lines and within bounds of the relationship. But then here you are out here operating outside of that. That's not how that go. That's effed up. And I'm glad I wish she would have got a little more louder with his. To be honest with you, Otis had tears in his eyes. He been showing out, but he know he don't want to lose. Okay, I love that she ate him up. And when she said, "I need the keys," I was like, "Ooh, do you need the car keys or do you need the house keys? Like, do you need his key? Were you gonna lock him out the house?" That's what I was wondering. Lock him out the house, girl. Lock him out. Lock him out. That chat is everything to me. I cannot stop laughing. Jamie, you are hilarious, and I wish the best for you and your channel. Thank you so much, Ivory Love. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and move on. Let's see here. Please go ahead and like the video for your girl. Just to let you all know that for the channel members, we are interviewing Miss Destiny. tonight, the OLFP. We will be interviewing Destiny tonight, so you guys will get access to that live. And also, for those of you guys that are just regular subscribers of the channel, all of that great stuff, you will see it on tomorrow. I think we have some really great questions for Destiny. I will be honest and say that it's going to be up to Destiny whether or not she's going to, fully and transparently answer the questions that we present in front of her. Okay, but we definitely would appreciate all of you all support. Please make note that this interview will take place over on Niecy Dixon's channel. Okay, so please don't just go over to Niecy's video. Be sure to go over and check out the channel, hit like. Okay, go ahead and subscribe. All right. Also, be sure to subscribe to all of our channels. We have Bonnie Blue, Jaylee's Corner, Niecy Dixon, as well as myself, okay? Because on every Thursday, we do go live and we do a show talking about all of the shows that you all love, okay? And you might want to go ahead and do that, girl, before May, because May is going to be a jam-packed month, and it's going to be quite a few things that we're going to get into. Okay, so just make sure that you go over and you do all of that. All right, so let's see. Love and Marriage Huntsville. We have finally gotten here. Okay, we finally gotten to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Shout out to the people over here on TikTok. We are on YouTube as we do this review. The link is in the bio. Okay, let me go back to the comments here and see what you guys are saying. Yes, thank you so much. Please hit that like button. We do appreciate you all, okay? Be sure to share the video. I'm giving you all time to do that and giving more people time to get into the room, okay? Please, and thank you, okay? All right, so I just want to go ahead and put this disclaimer out there for everybody. I am team no one, okay? I am team no one of Love and Marriage Huntsville aside from Carlos. Understand that. I'm also team observation and review. All right. So I may say things that's in favor of your fave, and I may say things that's not in favor of your fave. And it just is what it is, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So feel free to leave your thoughts and comments down below. But I want to go ahead and get that out there. Okay. There's that. Oh, girl, because the way some of y'all be in the comments, oh my. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. Yes, okay, I'm team no one too. Okay, come on with it. Team no one, team observation and review. Come on, y'all. Team observation and review. I know, okay. Girl, look, I'm gonna be giving all kind of disclaimers when Real Housewives of Potomac come back, child. Period. Okay. I'm loving me. Period. Okay. I think everybody is cool on the show. But if it's just not adding up for me and making sense, I'm just gonna have to call a thing a thing. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So yes. I'm team. What you said, girl? Oh, thank you so much, Omar. I appreciate it. I'm team. They all talk SHI about each other. Period. Don't they, girl? Let's get into it. Okay. So Kimmy, Mel, and Stormy end up linking up. First of all, I thought this was so great to enter the show, like to start the show off on a strong note, because I feel like this scene was messy. So I really enjoy. I'm like, okay, yes, don't hit us with some soft stuff, hit us with some good juicy stuff. Okay, so they did. All right, so Stormy decides that she was going to join them. They speak on Kimmy's anniversary. Y'all know Kimmy had an anniversary trip, and how she actually wants to travel more. And I'm with Kimmy, y'all. I hope to be able to do that more towards the end of this year and maybe going into next year. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, Miss C19 has me shook, girl, still a little shook, honey. I still be wearing my mask. People be like, I be like, okay, girl, people still out here getting clapped by C19. Girl, don't play with me. Girl, you can walk around without yours. That's fine. I ain't even look at you. You looking at me. I'm looking at you. Look at me. Mind your business. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's keep going. So they speak on Mel, the party, and Tiffany, okay? Because I guess Mel felt like, okay, girl, the party was cool, but y'all seem like y'all was the ones over there tripping, girl. So what's up? Stormy lets them know that she did meet up with Tiffany and that they are in a good place. And I thought that was interesting for her to tell Mel that they in a good place, because when Miss Tiffany asked Joe, are we in a good place? You was like, I mean, it is what it is. Okay, so it went from it is what it is to y'all in a good place now, Stormy. That's what you're saying? I'll take it, Stormy, because I like Stormy. Anyway, let's keep going. So Kimmy brings up Tisha and Kimmy brings up Tisha and Destiny not being there, but Kiki was, okay? Kimmy really tried to handle this conversation the best way that she could. I felt like Kimmy was trying to be a bit delicate with how she handled the conversation with Mel. I felt like she wanted to really tell her like what Tisha told Kiki that they edited out. You did that bullshit. Okay, I felt like Kimmy wanted to tell her that, but she was really delicate with the conversation she had with Mel. Anyway, so Mel says her BFF is mutual friends with Kiki, so she's always been cool with Kiki, and I believe that she has. And the reason why I say that I believe Mel has been friends with Kiki for a long time, because why would Tisha feel comfortable enough to share that information about Kiki to Mel? So for Wanda to have this conversation with Kiki and be like, Mel is not your friend, X, Y, and Z. I'm like, I think they are probably cool. They probably didn't hang out a lot. But I feel like they probably have had some sort of friendship. And maybe when they got together, y'all, the other ladies just weren't around, because Mel has different friend groups, okay? She had she had the ladies of the show. And then she has her other real life friends, okay? So there's that, all right? So Mel says, in the past, Kiki has brought up her issues with Tisha, and she was at a place where she could relate, right? Now, I started to think in my head, so it's okay for you to relate to the issues with Kiki's cousin, with Tisha, with Kiki's cousin, but it's not okay for Destiny to relate to Tisha with issues about you. Interesting. But some part of it seemed like it was a bit of a difference though, because, well, no, I can't say that. I was going to say that, but Mel and Tisha were still cool around the time that, you know, and Kiki and Tisha have had issues, and they've had issues all their life. So I'm like, well, Mel was still cool with Tisha when they was having issues. I guess the difference is now that you just really ain't cool with Tisha at all, and Destiny over here having a conversation with her. You know what I'm saying? What else? Mel says she could care less to speak on Tisha, but but if somebody gonna bring her up, she'll engage in a conversation. But she cared nothing about inviting her because she never had no issue with her, and she always been cool with her. So, girl, that's not a beef for me to pick. They can pick it with each other, but I invite to my house whoever I want to invite to my house, and it's no shade to her. But Kimmy is like, well, I do believe that there is a method to the madness. Okay, that's what I think. The fact that I'm now seeing when you guys are truly at odds, and not only did you invite her to your show, invite her to your house, you allowed her to be on the show. So I feel like there is a method to the madness, but I'm not going to say it because I'm in your good graces, and I'm the one that really don't want to have no issue with you either. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a chill. Another thing I feel like Miss Kimmy does is I want to have a good relationship for the most part with everybody, because I feel like Kimmy can really go there. I feel like Kimmy used to really be that person that'll get with your ass. But because she's grown so much, she don't really want to deal with all that bullshit in her life. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like she just be delicate with how she handles situations. She wasn't as delicate with Tisha before, nor Miss Wanda. But honestly, it was when they came at her. When Wanda came at Kimmy, Kimmy was ready to eat that ass alive. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, okay. Kimmy don't want all that drama, but I hate that it's a struggle for Kimmy to keep it honest with Melody about how she really feels about some stuff. You know, at least it comes off like that to me. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, okay? All right, so let's keep going. So Mel speaks on having a conversation with Destiny because, of course, you had Kimmy that wanted to know, like, what is this situation dealing with Destiny as well. So Mel says, I spoke with Destiny, and she didn't like that. She said, I didn't like that she lied, okay, saying that we haven't been in communication. And I actually allowed her to sit up here and lie on me, girl. I did. She says, but the proof was in the messages. Okay. So I wanted to address her when it came to that. Stormy asked, well, do you see y'all getting back together? You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, Mel like, what you mean? She was like, I mean, how y'all were? She was like, oh, never. Girl. Never? Oh, wow. Well, I feel like they can. Mel saying never because Mel is speaking from a place of being hurt by a friend. But I say never because she tried to get back cool with Tisha. Even though I feel like what Tisha did was worse. than what old girl did, okay? Throwing that SHI up in your face, talking about some BMWs and all this other slick ass stuff that she was talking about, and whatever else we all know happened in the first few seasons. So I'm like, you were willing to give Tisha another chance. I feel like you would give the same thing to Destiny. Now, I feel like where Mel is now, it's a possibility that she would not, considering the fact of how things happened with Tisha. Based on everything that I explained, right? She was cool with Tisha. They fell out over whatever. Then she tried to get back cool with Tisha. Then Tisha crossed her again. So I think she could be at a place where it's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I'm not willing to go down that road anymore because I already see you for what you are. So we're good. We don't ever have to communicate on that level anymore. Right? But that's what she say. That's what she say. I can see them getting back on in a better place at some point. Unless Melody were to leave this show. Because I don't see Carlos continuing to have a show where these two ladies just don't interact at all. You know, so yeah. What else? Mel says that Destiny knows how good of a friend that she has been to her. She says she's acted out publicly by running her mouth, and then she got to turn around and act a different way publicly. So you act this way when you're talking about me, and then you get in my face and you want to be a different way, but we ain't got time for that, right? So Kimmy says Mel seems to be at odds with most of the ladies, so she doesn't know what the future holds. She says, listen, I want to have a housewarming. I want to have a housewarming for my son. I want to invite people. You know what I'm saying? And Mel said, well, who is the people you're trying to invite? And she says that she was gonna pretty much invite everybody. She was gonna invite Tisha. She was gonna invite Destiny. She's not gonna invite Martell. Then Mel said, "Oh, you're not gonna invite Martell? Not good guy Martell. You wasn't gonna invite Martell." And then Kimmy says, "Well, you told me that you never want to be invited in a place where he is, so you want to be separate. So that's what I'm trying to do." And then Mel said, "Oh, so if I wasn't invited, girl, if I wasn't invited, so then you was gonna let him come? Is that what you're saying?" BIT, I'm gonna let whoever I want come to my party, period. Like, what do you mean? Period. You knew I was at odds with Tiffany last season, but you kept bringing her around. So what are we talking about? Yeah, he may have done you wrong, girl. Y'all got a divorce, girl. What? If I felt like I wanted to invite him, cool, because here's the other thing. Maurice and Martell, cool. So, they couldn't, she could be like, yeah, because Maurice wanted him there. If you weren't going to be there, I'm trying to honor. If you say no and Maurice say he wants him there, then he'll be there, But then Kimmy says, you told me not to invite him. Whatever Mel says, if I wasn't coming, you would invite him. Kimmy says, I don't know. Mel said, oh, why you don't know then? Girl, tell me, why you don't know? So Kimmy says, because he brings a lot of drama. A lot of drama follows Martell. So I don't know. I don't know if I want him there creating drama at my event. But you think that drama wouldn't happen with Letitia, Destiny being there with Mel? Okay. So then what else? Mel, she says, I wish you would have had that energy when he was putting me through all the hell instead of you talking about him being a good person. That would have been nice. That would have been nice. Kimmy tells her that and Mel, I'm going to always say that he's a good person. I'm going to always say that, Mel. I said that then, and I'll say that now. Okay? It's going to always be that. She says, even you flip-flopped in your own relationship. Okay? One minute he's terrible, then you're like, oh, he's not that bad of a guy. He's a good guy. Da-da-da-da-da. Right? Mel just feels like, welcome to my world, is what she said. Welcome to my world, because now it's starting to affect you. When he comes around. Okay, so all of the drama that I was dealing with and people didn't want to give me the full support, now the drama that Martell does is falling on you, Kimmy. But here's the thing, it's not to me, because the drama that's being surrounded, and I felt like it was kind of, to me, an unfair statement to be like, oh, Martell, a lot of drama follows him, and maybe that could be right. But to put that reason, to use that as an excuse is my thing as to why you wouldn't invite him, when in all honesty, I do believe she would have invited him if Melody was not coming. Because here's the thing, the person that created the drama surrounding the relationship between Kimmy and her husband was Marceau. That wasn't Martell. That was Marceau. Now, Martell created the drama years ago. Okay, that's when he created the drama, years ago, when they went on that trip. that your man actively participated in. But my thing is this, your brother-in-law did that. So he the one that posted the picture confirming that your husband was a liar. So with that happening, he gonna be invited, right? So I'm just like, I guess. Let's keep going. What else? Destiny, girl, good night. Destiny decides that she's going to go over to Martell's house. And I just kind of was like, Destiny, girl, I hope you're watching, Destiny, why you went over to that man's house that night to have a conversation that could have been had over the phone? It's leading into people really assuming that y'all can have a thing. Only to talk about Mel, and you weren't even there that long. Y'all could have had the conversation over the phone. I guess we're going to put it on Carlos and the production team because they scheduled you to be there. Girl said, no, I mean, y'all friends, like what you said in your confessional. My longtime friend, Martell. Destiny tells Martell about the coffee break that she had with Mel and how Mel called him the ops. I said, now, this is why y'all won't be friends, Destiny. I said, now, why would you tell this man that? Why would you go and tell this man that Mel called him an op? And let's be honest, in my opinion, Martell know he the ops. He know that. He really didn't need you to regurgitate that. That's just what I think. What else? Mel said, Mel told me, we talk every single day, which Destiny denies. She says she does not talk to Martell every day. But I think, you probably talk to him enough, though. All right, so Martell thinks Mel needs to move on and stop trying to ruin him or ruin his business or whatever he got going on. She feel like Mel should stop trying to ruin that. What else? Destiny says Mel runs off. So when we have a conversation, Mel ran off, and I told her, yeah, keep running like you always do. I don't remember her telling Mel that. Can somebody let me know? Did she tell Mel to run off? I don't remember her telling Mel to run off like she always do. Maybe she did. I can't remember. But anyway, Destiny speaks on how she rolled for Mel and has even checked Martell on Mel's behalf. And I remember I mentioned that, I think, in the last video. And somebody got in the comments, I was like, well, how has she rolled for Mel and this and that and da-da-da. I was like, thank you for the playback. Thank you for the playback. No, I said something about Destiny checking Martell on Mel's behalf. And somebody said, well, how? And I feel like y'all are just really getting to a place where you're so team Melody, and that's fine. But you're so team Melody that everything Destiny does going forward, you guys are going to find fault in it. But that's just my opinion and how I see it. But she did, have her back when it came to Martell. What else? Destiny speaks on not being able to lean on Melody. Okay, Destiny's was that what? I think Destiny said that. Hold on. Oh, I was questioning. I was like, Destiny, was that because you couldn't lean on her because she wasn't available to you? Or was it that you couldn't lean on Melody because you weren't open? Which one was it? What, did she not give you access to her? Or were you, kind of secretive with your information? So therefore you couldn't lean on her because you was trying to keep things to yourself because you went through such a devastating divorce, right? Martell wants Mel to have a better heart. And I said, sir, bye. Okay. I can't agree with you on that because the wound is a bit fresh. Okay. And she's still on your ass, right? So I do agree that she should be on her way to healing, though, to where whatever this man got going on, blocked him, he can't get access to you. He only can email you. So I'll be honest, to me, I don't think if you're on your way to healing, to me, I don't think you should be an advocate for telling others that they shouldn't be friends or hang with him. You see what I'm saying? Because as much as Melody posts positive quotes on her page and always talking about God, and maybe we just set up differently, I just feel like when God got you, God got you. You ain't got to say nothing about nobody else and trying to bring them down or even trying to say, why you still friends with them, or he's my ops, or he's that. Baby, God's going to handle that when it's time. See, you're already on a path of elevation. So I'm not going to look down. What Miss Mariah said, I'm not going to come off my chariot to throw tomatoes at you or with you, sweetheart. You see what I'm saying? See, I'm going to allow my actions and my success to speak for it. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to let you do what you do. You can hang with whoever it is you want to hang with. And we just going to see where you're going to be at in a few years. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that I wish any bad on you. You still gonna be the father of my kids. So the success for you is a success for my children. So I'm not gonna sit up here and continue to have these conversations or do your thing. Do you? You good. Now that don't mean I'm gonna let your energy into my space. So that means that still stands that if I come to an event and I'm not at a place where I want to be at the event with you, then don't invite me. I'm perfectly okay with that. Period. If y'all feel like y'all want him there more than me, cool. But it ain't for me worth me losing a friendship or feeling no type of way about nobody because they chose to have somebody around them that we both have allowed to be in our spaces for many years. And because we got a divorce, I expect them to switch up. That makes no sense to me. That's just too mean. Okay, so y'all do what y'all want to do out here in these streets. That's your life, that's your relationship, that's your situation. But for me, I'm just not going to put that much energy into it if I'm actively telling people about how great my day is and how the God and the Lord said this or that. And get up off your high horse. And if that man don't want you, listen, I'm not going to talk about this shit with you, baby. Okay, if it ain't about these four right here, the Eminem kids, baby, we ain't got nothing to talk about. Y'all can do what y'all want to do, but I'm not going to sit around and play with you, okay? I'm just not finna spend all that energy. But anyway, let's keep going. Okay, I told y'all 18, nobody. I'm team observation and review. What else is going on over here? Anything else that I wanted to say about this particular situation between Destiny and Martell? Destiny, that was very sketch. I also like that Destiny brought up the fact, and I've also said this, where people feel like they should not be friends. That's like her saying he should not be friends with LeBerick, who he has known since, kindergarten or toddler age? That makes no sense. And I'm sure LeBerick not over here micromanaging who she's friends with either. So, excuse me, I just feel like when you're on your way and on your path to healing, like, you're not really worried about that. Now, granted, I do understand the wound is still fresh and she wants to be on his ass, and that's fine. Be on his ass. But when you start to try to dictate who other people can hang with and stuff like that, that's where it becomes like too much for me. Now, I do stand by Mel with the thought of this. Destiny, be friends with who you want to be with. But when it comes to having me in a conversation, respect the friendship that I have with you to not make me or join in on a conversation about me unless you are checking them for me. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. That's where I'm at with it. So let's keep going. Okay, because I already hear y'all ready to go in. Come on, Mellometers, get on in the comments because we already know y'all ready to go in. Go in, baby. It ain't changing, but go in. Mama Wanda. Okay, so let's get to Mama Wanda. I want y'all to know, I may not always like the things that Mama Wanda has to say. She might get on my nerves sometimes, but Mama Wanda is a kiki and a cackle. Okay, and it's a part of me that likes Mama Wanda. Girl, I like Mama Wanda, okay? I don't dislike what Mama Wanda did. Y'all know how Mama Wanda got on her lives and dragged the hell out of Melody, then came back and said, I don't hate her. I was just asking a question. I don't hate her. That's how I feel. I'll get on here and drag Mama Wanda, but I don't hate her. I was just asking a question. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going. So Mama Wanda, so she sat down with Tisha. Mama Wanda just got her business license. So shout out to Mama Wanda on that. Wanda wants that coin though from Marceau, which is so funny to me because she been dragging Marceau all these years and now she over here needing a coin. She need a handout. Okay, girl. So Tisha tells her that she's almost that Marceau is almost on board. He don't like the fact that she brought up the conversation about the apartment, right? So he doesn't like that, but he's on board. Tisha says something like, well, whenever I tell Marceau that I want something, you know what I'm saying, I can pull him in the direction of what I want him to go. Now, Tisha, you know we ain't never seen none of that before this season. But what I will say is if that is indeed true, good for you. If things are changing for you now and you're having more of a voice in the relationship and in business, good for you, because maybe he's starting to see himself. I don't know. I don't really believe it, but hopefully he is starting to see himself to where you can have more of a voice and it's okay. Let me see 1 second. What's up, Bondi? Bondi says, I think Mel feels hurt by everybody. They have been divorced less than a year. True. I understand that. I understand if she is divorced for a year. I just feel like but that's your marriage. Like, how are you like? I just don't think, like I can't get with that one because I just feel like that's y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think everybody else should be held responsible for the actions of what Martell did. Now, granted, I feel like they should hang with whoever you want to hang. But when it comes to Melody, what Destiny did by going over there to Martell, you'll never be her friend. Ever, because you're continuing to bring her up in conversations with people that don't like her. So, but as far as who she be, yeah, be friends with who you want to be with, but just don't bring me up. And I understand if she feels hurt. I think she should feel hurt by Martell because it's been less than a year versus being hurt by everybody. Like, and then for me, I feel like Kimmy the one over there trying to accommodate her. I feel like Destiny was trying to have her back just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Have you noticed when Tisha speaks with her mom, she reverts back to not enunciating. Her tongue gets real lazy. I have not noticed that. I have not noticed that at all. I guess I have to pay attention to that. I haven't noticed that at all. Okay, so let's keep going. Tisha tells Wanda about Kimmy explaining what she meant by them not being friends if they were not family. Okay. Tisha is okay with the explanation because the relationship is getting better, but Miss Wanda is not here for Kimmy for real. Even though she act like she is, girl, she ain't. Wanda wasn't believing it because she still dislikes Kimmy. Tisha tells her mom about not being invited to Mel's party, and Wanda thought they were friends, but Tisha said, "No, girl, we was cordial." Tisha, I'm glad that you knew. Now she tells her about Kiki being at the party. Wanda calls her a snake. Tisha isn't here for her cousin being called a snake. She's like, "Oh, I think she a snake." And Wanda said, "No, she is. She a snake. She's a snake, baby." Tisha doesn't want to say she's jealous, but she feels like she's living the life that she's supposed to have. Very interesting. You know, I feel her on that because whenever I've heard about a person or like a close friend of mine being jealous, I've always been that person that was like, "Nah, I don't want to believe that they is," you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not. So why would I think that they are? And then over time, it's revealed that they are. It's sad because Mama Wanda might have a point, but we gonna see. Okay, so Wanda says that Kiki is envious. Girl, what was Mama Wanda saying? I knew she said envy, but I didn't know what the hell she was saying. Something with a TH on the end, and it was not envy, but I said, "I think I got what you're saying, Mama Wanda." So I'm gonna write it how I think that you meant. Okay. Wanda asked why Kimmy had to come back and tell Tisha what it was that Kiki did. Like, why did she have to come back and tell you? Like, that should have been Kiki. Right. So because of that, she started to think of Miss Kimmy differently and gonna tell her, I feel like she shedded just a little piece of her snake skin. I don't think she shed all of it, but I feel like she shedded a piece. Girl, Miss Wanda is a mess. And then gonna tell Kiki she better watch her back because if you're gonna bring a bone, you better be ready to eat it. Somebody help Miss Wanda, girl. I can't. Thank you so much, Ashley, for the super chat. I think Martell did more than we know to Mel, which is why her expectations of her friends to distance themselves from her. I think he tried to put pause on her. I wonder, and if that happened, I'm wondering if that was before this sit down or after this sit down. Because I remember Mel saying in an interview that he's never gotten physical with her. Right. But that was earlier on this year. But afterwards, we did see a post where she said something about the devil. I don't know if somebody tried to run her over, something she was saying that made me think about the physical part. And I was wondering if it was her. But she said in an interview that he never did. But it could be, you know, that he has in recent months. Not sure. But thank you so much, Ashley, for the super chat. I appreciate that. What else? What else? Tiffany Mel. Oh, no. Tisha tells Miss Wanda, please don't say anything. Because I think Wanda wanted to say something to Kiki. She's like, please don't say anything. Please don't say anything. And I said, Tisha, shut the hell up. Because that's what you do, Tisha. Whenever it's something that you can't really say, you like to use your mom. Your mom is the person that's going to be the mouthpiece for you. So you told her with the expectation that she will handle it for you. So don't be sitting up here trying to say, please don't do that. Like, girl, you just want to be able to use those words to, oh, girl, like, and I told my mama not to do that, but that's not what you meant. You know what you was doing. Let's move on. So Tiffany and Mel. Mel has been super busy with the kids and with her business. Okay. She asked Tiffany if she wants more kids. Tiffany does want more kids. And she's actually at a place where she's ready to go and search for her biological father, because y'all know that she was indeed adopted. Right. So Tiffany has concerns about being pregnant because she wants to have more kids. But the last time she had her son, she bled a lot. So she had to get a DNC or something. And she learned that whatever was going on with her was hereditary. So now she wants to learn more about her dad, and she wants to go to Utah and find records and things and try to find her dad. So Melody is getting all excited because she's like, girl, I like stuff like this. Okay. I love investigating. I love being a researcher. I love doing all of this extra stuff. Okay. She said it must be a Scorpio thing. And I was thinking to myself, girl, that ain't no Scorpio thing, girl. Because I love stuff like that too. Hence the reason why I'm doing like my news stories and stuff on my channel. Okay. I like all that type of mysterious, all of that stuff. And girl, I'm a whole Leo. But I will say I do have Scorpio in my chart. So I hear you, girl. All right. But anyway, let's keep going. Tiffany invites Mel on this trip. To, you know, help her search and find for her dad. I actually did not like that. Just me. I do feel like if you're going to do this thing that's so intimate to you, I don't really think you and Mel are good girlfriends like that. I think that that should have been with her immediate family being her husband, her son, and her stepson. I don't think that that should have been something for her good girlfriends. I think that that's cute if they want to support you and stuff like that. But I feel like they can support you after the fact when it goes on this trip, because honestly, here's the thing for me. The conversations that you've had about your dad and your family, I am sure and guarantee you most of those conversations have been with your husband. He's heard most of the stories. He's seen the tears flow from your eyes. He's been there for those things. So for you to sporadically bring this conversation up to Mel and then all of a sudden be like, oh my God, would you want to go? I want to take you. Oh my God, we can go do it. I'm just like, that's cute. That's real cute. And maybe y'all could do that at another time. But I do feel like her husband should have been there with her on that particular trip. Okay. Let's keep going. So Wanda and Kiki. Wanda done stopped. Wanda is so funny. She done stopped by this girl house. And then Kiki said, oh, what's going on? She said, oh, well, I was around town. Okay, girl. I wasn't too far, girl. I was in the area. I said, Wanda, sit down. Talk about you was in the area. Girl, your area is Birmingham. Okay. Your area is what? Bessemer. What else is over there around Birmingham, girl? That's your area. And then came all the way up there to knock on that lady door late at night. What's going on with all the filming at night? Y'all having a hard time getting from Atlanta to Huntsville? So y'all just make all y'all shoots at night, girl. Anyway, let's get going. All right, so Kiki tells her that what she said, Kiki, she said, girl, had I known that you was gonna sit up here and you was gonna show up and come to my house, girl, had I known you was gonna be on your way, girl, I would have been on reserve. I would have been on guard just a little bit. Okay. Kiki says, but listen, I'm over here drinking something out of a cup. She says, so I'm over here giving Hood Rich. And then here go Miss Wanda, Hood Rich or Hood? Which one is it? And then Kiki said, well, girl, I'm going to leave the hood B.I.T. to you. So what else is going on? I said, oh, my God. Is that cursing their mamas in Spain? You didn't want my opinion. I don't even know why you asked. Okay, girl. Ooh, oh, wow. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. So they speak on Tisha and on Kiki and Tisha. Wanda is me, though. Wanda says she don't like to do a whole lot of texting. I don't like to do a whole lot of texting on the phone, at war, subliminals. We could see about each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll pull up. Like, let's have a conversation. Let's talk. Okay. So I was like, I'm Wanda, girl. I'm not finna pick out the phone too much and talk. I'm not finna sit up here and sit in your face or whatever. Like, girl, pulling up. Let's talk. All right. So I was like, me too, Wanda, child. So Wanda got real loud out of nowhere. She gets real loud with Kiki about talking about her daughter to women that don't like her. So Wanda calls her a snake and says they messy, and she included. And Kiki said, no, baby, I am not included. But it sounds like you over here calling the kettle black. And you're about as black as that jacket that you got on. Girl, I thought she was finna say that woman about as black as her skin. Because I was finna say, girl, y'all about the same complexion. What you mean? But anyway, so y'all definitely pot and kettle. But anyway, child, she was talking about you're about as black as the jacket that you got on. I was like, what's happening? What's happening? So Kiki says it's more sensitive when things happen with people that are your family because the expectations are a bit higher. So Wanda said, but that's your cousin. That's your cousin. You shouldn't be sitting out there talking about her like that. Kiki, that is your cousin. I said, confirming her point. The expectations are a bit higher when that's your cousin. So for you to say, that's your cousin, that's your family, that's your cousin. Yes, expectation is higher. As if family cannot cross you and you cannot cross that back. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's keep going. Kiki calls out Tisha for talking to Mel. Wanda says Tisha was talking to a friend. Okay. Wanda says Tisha was talking to a friend. She still was wrong, Wanda. Hold on. So yeah. So Wanda says that Kiki calls out Tisha because Tisha was talking to Mel. And then Wanda says, well, she was talking to her friend. She was talking to her friend. And I'm like, but girl, she was still wrong. Okay. So Kiki says that Mel is my friend. They've been friends for some time. And then Miss Wanda said, no, y'all ain't. Stop lying to me. Y'all have not been friends. Okay. She also goes on to say, I know a snake when I see one. So she's continuing to call her niece a snake. Wanda, what else? Wanda asked her, how long have you talked about? Have you and Tisha had your falling out? She said it was about 4 years ago. And then that's when Wanda got the cuss. And I don't know if I remember Wanda ever bringing up BITs, but she did. Okay. She says BIT still bringing up stuff from 4 to 5 years ago. That's what we doing. But is that what we doing? So Wanda was really pissed off. Okay. Wanda says, when it comes to you, I come to you with fresh news. But when you come to me, girl, you coming to me with old news. I said, ooh, okay. Miss Wanda is reading. Miss Wanda is over here getting it in. So Kiki says that they always had issues and she couldn't come over to our house because they've had issues. The family have had issues. And so it sounds like to me, Kiki's family were the haves, whereas unfortunately, Tisha's family was from the other side of the tracks. They were the have-nots, okay? Shout out to Marceau, right? So that's what it's sounding like. So as they came up, it seems like her dad, which is Wanda's brother, I believe, and Wanda would always go back and forth and compare the two girls and make them compete and do all of that. You know what I'm saying? All that extra stuff. And I feel like with that, let me see. Hold on. Before I get to that point, Kiki says they always had issues and she couldn't go over because Kiki's family had, I said that was the haves, have not. They always forced the both of them to be in competition with each other. Kiki is tired of the SHI. Kiki says she doesn't take it out on Tisha, but it's just known facts, right? And I said, see, with Kiki's dad bringing up all this drama, like old news or whatever, like with Kiki's dad making them compete every time they have a conversation, like, oh, my daughter's doing this. Oh, well, my daughter's doing this. Oh, well, my daughter pledged this. Oh, well, my daughter pledged this. So it was like the parents keeping up the drama. And with that, I do believe a lot of old things were constantly brought up to the forefront, which is why I think Kiki feels so comfortable with bringing up something that was 4 years ago and bringing it back into the conversation, because that's what y'all always do as a family. Y'all always do that, especially when it comes to like competition and stuff. So that's what I'm thinking, and I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking as to why she keeps rehashing that. It don't make it right, but I just think that's what she do because of that. So I do kind of blame Wanda and her brother for making them compete all the time. But at the end of the day, Kiki, it's still kind of hard for me because you accepted the apology that Tisha gave you. You did, and you want to feel justified in your actions by saying, oh, you talked about me and you told me all my business or whatever, like however many years ago. I don't think that was fair to me. You know what I'm saying? But you could have also led with the energy, and I did. So what? She asked me and I told. I'm not obligated to keep your information because you're my family. What's that about? What's that about? I mean, girl, you could talk about me right now. What's that about? So anyway, that's the situation with Miss Wanda and Miss Kiki Haney. Wanda raised Tisha to be in competition with other women. I feel like that's true. I feel like that's very true. So again, Kiki and Tisha's parents are at fault for this mess, and there's that. Okay. What else? Sensibility speaks. Oh, were you adding somebody? Wanda isn't even in the vibrational chart. That's how low she is. Oh wow. Oh wow. Kiki was wrong. She had a whole conversation at a sleepover for grown women about Tisha instead of just Mel. Yep. That sucks, girl. That sucks. She definitely opened up the pathway. She could have just been like, girl, I don't even know, girl. I don't want to talk about that, girl. I don't even know, girl. I don't even know, especially when she was on the show last year defending her cousin. Now you talking about her. Wanda had nothing to say to that, so she know it's true. Exactly. Y'all are the reasons for the madness that has occurred in the lives of the girls, for sure. Absolutely. Okay, let's get to Tiffany and Louis. Okay. So she tells him about Mel wanting to go to Utah and making it a girls' trip. She did all this fancy night, had a saxophone player back there, had all this stuff decorated and everything. And he's sitting up there like he kind of pissed. He got a smile on his face, but he like, so this what you brought me here for? This what you trying to do? So you mean to tell me that this wasn't a night for us? It was more so a night for you to bring these details to me. Is that right? And she admitted it, like, yeah, pretty much, like that's what it was for. So Tiffany was excited to have a like-minded person like Mel be a part of this trip, okay? Because they both are into the same thing, so that's what she wanted. She gonna tell her husband and kind of trying to disregard his feelings and say, "Oh, well, you don't even like to travel for real anyway. You don't even like to do that. You don't even really go." Like, what? Just because that may not be something he likes to do doesn't mean that that wasn't something he wanted to do and he was looking forward to doing with you, because that probably made it a much more meaningful trip than any of the other ones that y'all have taken. That's just what I'm thinking, right? So then he said, girl, we've traveled like 8 to 9 months out of the year. What the hell are you talking about? And then he gonna go on to talk about soccer games. I say, now wait a minute, Louis, you're gonna have to like listen, sir. You foolish then. Because I'm sure y'all ain't traveling like that for no junior high or soccer games or whatever y'all got going, baseball games or what. Y'all ain't traveling like that. Them don't count. Them do not count. Okay, y'all probably ain't there but chaperones any damn way. I know you didn't sit up there talking about you travel with this girl about 8 months out the year because y'all over there traveling for the kids. What kind of shit is that? Louis, you can't get that one over on us this time. Right? So then what else happened? Yeah, Tiffany tells him the Whitlows, so he looks like he was disappointed. She gonna tell him the Whitlows don't get disappointed. And she wants him to get glad, not sad. I said, ooh. Now let the role have been reversed, and he said that to you. You would not have liked that, Miss Ma'am. So Louis hates that. Oh, wait a minute. So Louis hates that. Give me 1 second, y'all. Where did this thing go? Uh-oh. Hopefully I get it. But anyway, Louis, he hates that Big Dave got a chance to meet her mom and he didn't get a chance. So he really wanted to be there for this particular situation that she had going on with her dad. So he wanted to be there, and I understood him wanting to be there, right? So what else ended up happening? I agree with Louis, and I don't think she should have taken the trip with Mel. I think that it should have been with her husband. But that's just what I think, because I'm sure when it comes to the stories and things, he hears the bulk of everything. Right? So there's that. Tiffany decides to bring up a child. Louis doesn't think that it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea either, girl. I don't. But you know, maybe I can get a surrogate or something. I mean, I don't know, girl. Maybe I could do a little something like that. But you know, we gonna see, honey. Um, Give me 1 second. Let me see what you guys are talking about. Give me 1 second. Hold on, y'all. All right. I agree, but I think it's for a storyline. Probably so. So Tiffany must have checked in the deceased ex-husband with the baby that way. So her son's father isn't the husband. It don't seem like it. It don't seem like it. She didn't say that she couldn't. She just spoke about the bleeding and getting a DNC and just being concerned about how that pregnancy would go. Yeah, so she didn't say that. I'm just saying that as a suggestion, if that's something she wants to do. So I'm confused. I ain't got time to keep up with Tiffany and her menses because I don't know who's who. I thought the baby daddy and the husband was two different people, child. So you would think Tiffany would have learned from her first marriage to be more present, to appreciate of having a spouse willing to be emotionally available to her. Shaking my head. Ooh. Well, there's that, y'all. All I thought when Kiki said she just moved was you didn't bring any of those old critters to the new house, did you? Ooh, child. I hope that she didn't. That would suck. That would definitely suck. All right, you guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off. All right. I thank you all so much for joining. Okay. Please be sure to go ahead and hit that like button if you have yet to do so. Also, please go ahead and subscribe if you've yet to do that. Also, keep in mind that the video will drop on tomorrow of the interview that we'll have with Destiny. Okay. So hoping that all goes well there. All right. So that's all that we got, honey, or all that I got for you guys on today. So go ahead and hit the like button. As I said, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at jamithatsme, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.